Hey guys, so this video is following up to my last Jeep video, so if you haven't seen that one, click on the top right hand corner to check it out. Just to recap quickly on the last video. So I asked my dealer if I install this Synergy Sector Shaft brace, is it going to void my warranty? And so they got back to me, said it didn't, and if they were to install it, it would cost me 185 bucks. And I said, no, don't install it. And this is also during the time that I'm going through my complaints with Jeep Corporate about my issues with my Jeep and just waiting to hear a response from them.
Corporate told them to install the brace without my consent. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Thanks. When I went to pick up the Jeep, driving home, my steering wheel turns to the left when I'm going straight.
This is exactly why I told him not to do it, because I know that something else would go wrong. I would have to bring it back to service. So I got on the phone with my service guy and he was on something. He gave me a fucking attitude and he said, bring it back and we'll just take it off. And I'm like, dude, that's not my problem. I said, my problem is that you fucking started a job, so I need your ass to finish it. I told you not to install this in the first place and you did it anyway, so fucking finish the job. You know, and I said, what I'm asking for is an alignment and I shouldn't have to pay for it. So all I'm asking is that you finish the job. And of course I said it in a professional manner. I said, I appreciate that you installed this part for me, but what I'm asking for is an alignment and I should not have to pay for it. So while on the phone with him, supposedly he was writing an email to corporate asking for a reimbursement for an alignment. And if that goes through, then I would have to bring my Jeep back and they would do an alignment.
Anyways, it's been over 2 months. I haven't heard from both the dealer or the corporate. Not even a courtesy call or an email. And I'm fucking over it. They suck. I didn't bother to contact them. It would be a waste of time. I went ahead and got my Jeep aligned. It's not about the money at the end of the day, it's the principle. And I would never do business like this. I was so pissed. The following week, every time I got into my Jeep to drive, I was so conflicted. Part of me wanted to let it go because something in the back of my mind told me that there will be more problems with this Jeep in the future, but also part of me wasn't ready to let it go yet. If you recall in my first Jeep video, I spent so much time researching this Jeep. I knew about the steering problems. I just didn't realize how bad it was until I experienced it myself. I was so excited about it. It was going to be potentially my forever car, and I wanted it to be, but after all the shit that I went through, I really don't know. If you don't know already, the Jeep Wrangler ranked it top as one of the lowest depreciated vehicles in the US. Because I'm a curious person, I looked up how much my Jeep is selling for in the current market. And because of the shortage of everything, the car market is crazy. When I got my Jeep in January 2021, the MSRP was $58,000 something. I negotiated down to $53,000 out the door, and I have it for a little over 10 months now with about 9,000 miles on it. What the dealers are asking for an exact match for my car right now is around $60,000 used with the same or more mileage. That's what they're asking for. I don't know if they can sell it for that much. However, Kelley Blue Book said that my Jeep is worth around $50,000. That is not including all the parts that I put on it, and that's fine. I went to CarMax and got a quote. They offered me $50,000 for my Jeep. My pay-up quote was about $48,000. So if I were to let it go, I would probably pocket at least $1,000. It's crazy, but it's also not that simple, and I have learned. The following week, I actually went and tried to see how much a dealer would buy my Jeep for, and I have learned so much during this process. So I mainly worked with one dealer, and it's not a Jeep dealer. They were so short on inventory, it was more important for them to buy my Jeep than for them to sell me their new car. Like I said, my pay-up quote is $48,000 something. However, the pay-up quote for that dealer to buy my Jeep is $69,000. So what that means is, if I were to buy my Jeep right off, it would cost $48,000 for me. But if another dealer besides a Jeep dealer were to buy my car, it would cost them $69,000. Basically, Jeep is saying they don't want to sell their car to another brand and that they want to keep their inventory within the Jeep dealers. So I don't think CarMax can actually buy my car for $50,000 unless I paid it off and then go sell it to them. I think if I really wanted to let go of my Jeep, I would just pay it off and resell it and actually make some money on it. But the car market is just so insane right now. Like, everything has a markup. There's really nothing that I would want to get into at the moment. Or it's either the new model is coming out, but because of COVID, they can't bring it to the US yet. Or they're available, but because of the chip shortage, certain functions or parts are not available in the vehicle. So it's a weird time to buy right now. At the moment, I'm going to keep the Jeep. I didn't want to make a video on the brace right away. I wanted to live with it for a while after the brace was installed and after getting an alignment, and then report back. I think at this point, with everything that was installed on the Jeep, which is a new steering box under a TSB that the dealer did, I also have a TerraFlex steering stabilizer, the Synergy sector shaft brace. I dropped the tire pressure to 32 psi. At this point, I honestly don't know if all the parts that I have make it drive better, or am I just making excuses for this Jeep and pretending like it drives okay. I'm going to be completely honest, after this brace was installed, some days it drives more stable than others. I travel on the same roads and some days I still have trouble keeping it in lane. Other days it's fine. And I think it also depends on the temperature too. I live in SoCal. The weather is changing, we're moving into winter, days are colder, so I don't know it affects the steering. Some people say it's a Jeep thing. Fuck that. If there was no problem with the steering, why did Jeep replace my steering box? Why did they try to get me to keep the Jeep with all my steering complaints by installing a sector shaft brace for me for free? A part that they didn't fucking design or manufacture. And I said it many times, I don't think all Wrangler drives like this. I just happen to be one of the statistic with major steering problems. If you pay over $50,000 for a vehicle and it wanders all over the road like this and you think that's okay, that's on you. Everybody has a different tolerance, I guess. I wasn't okay with it. I did the best I could to make it steer right, and like I said, I'm not dropping another dime on this Jeep. I was driving one day, the car in front of me swerved out of the lane to avoid something on the freeway. When I saw the object, I immediately swerved out also. It was this big ass box that's just sitting in the middle of the freeway. That was like a holy fuck moment for me. I swear I can feel my Jeep chassis bending like a fucking Twizzler. It felt like my hardtop was going to fly off one way and the freedom panels were going the other way. There's still play in the steering, so everything was delayed. I felt like if I turned the steering wheel anymore, I would have rolled over. I never want to experience that shit ever again. During the time that I was debating whether to let it go or not, I took it off-road, and I really did fall in love with it again. It can take me to roads no other vehicle can go, and if I were to let it go, I wouldn't be able to go on adventures like these again. That's why I'm just not ready to let it go yet at the moment. There's still places that I want to go and explore, but part of me realized that I don't go off-road often enough to really utilize this Jeep to its full potential. Like I mentioned in my previous Jeep videos, I love everything about this Jeep. I do wish that it handles better. At the end of the day, I just want a safe vehicle that I can depend on, but I am on the fence about this Jeep. The first couple of months I had it, things started to rattle, for example, both the driver and passenger doors, and I have never even taken off the doors. Now the tailgate has this popping noise, even with the heavy-duty hinge reinforcement installed. Now, every time I step on my brakes, there's this weird clicking noise that wasn't there before. Mind you, they replaced my whole brake pedal assembly on my 7 months of ownership, and it was in service for a while. Whatever, at this point, I just drown out all my weird noises that this Jeep makes by turning my music up. This thing has a really good stereo system though, I have to admit, and I have heard and experienced several top-of-the-line stereo systems. So that's what I do. I just fucking drive, and then if another problem comes up, then I'll just take it into service, pay it off, and just sell it. When I was in Hawaii, every other car on the road was a Jeep Wrangler. I did the road to Hana, and I wish I had my Jeep. It would have been perfect. And I was so curious how many people have the steering wonder like I do, but then I quickly realized no one drives above 60 in Maui, so they wouldn't even experience the steering wonders like I do.
I appreciate everyone sharing their Jeep stories with me. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, and until the next video.